It's Wednesday night, the last week of November, and it's turkey time. As always, you got Mark, you got Keisha. Keisha, I am like totally. We're out of practice, so I'm all jumbled up. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. Share the link, share the love, all that. Gobble gobble. Keisha, how's it going?
Yeah, everything's going good, man. Everything's going good. Like Mark said, we've kind of been off the radar for the past couple of weeks because, life be lifing. We got a lot of things going on with families, work, and et cetera, et cetera. But happy to be here tonight with you guys. And, Mark, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving has kind of become the official, I don't even know how this came to be, but the official hook up with friends and get wasted pre-holiday, and I saw a couple of memes about this online this week, and, I started to think back, and it's like, that's like real life for real, because especially in my 20s and 30s, oh my God, I used to go out on a Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and oh man, I don't even know what it is. It's just like something ignites inside you. I remember one time I went out on a Wednesday night. Friends of mine had a party at this building called the Belvedere that's in Mount Vernon, and there was a club on the top floor, and they would have one of the biggest parties, that night. And I remember I got so messed up. I got so wasted that I was like sitting at the dinner table the next day like a zombie and couldn't even eat. Like, I was just, and my parents were looking at me like, what the hell is wrong with you? And, man, yeah, so I wanted to say, a special thank you for everybody that's tuned in tonight. After the show, you still got plenty of time to go out, hook up with friends, or go get that six-pack, go get that bottle of wine, and come back and partake in one of the best pre-holidays of the year, man. I swear, it's good times. But nonetheless, we are here to talk sports, and it's Thanksgiving, so we got a full slate of football tomorrow. Oh man, and I gotta say, this year they got it right.
They got some good games this year.
Yes, I think every last game is a good game. Usually on Thanksgiving, it's like 2 out of 3 are absolute snoozers. Oh, God, the first one is just like, what the hell am I even tuning in for? But, this, in case you guys don't know, I'm going to go ahead and do the rundown. And I figured that... as I do the rundown, me and you, we can talk and break that thing down. And how's that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, first things first. Oh man, I actually think, this game might be the best game of the day, of the whole day. Seriously, 1:00.
Yeah.
We have an NFC matchup between the Packers and the Lions. And you remember in the beginning of the season, I would say probably about 2 to 3 weeks in, I'll even go 4. We weren't really impressed with what we had been. Well, I'll say I wasn't impressed with what we were seeing with the Detroit Lions, right? Yeah. And I remember you telling me, like, hold your horses, Keish. They're dealing with some, new staff, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. They're going to need some time to make some adjustments and get things right. Do you remember that?
Yep.
And, lo and behold, we are in, week 12? And the Lions are 7-4. So, they have, kudos to you, Mark, because, you were spot on with that, man. they have been able to, turn things around and get pretty solid. As of late, they've kind of alternated like wins and losses. They took a few L's against Philly, which is a formidable opponent, but that was within one touchdown. Minnesota Vikings, they lost by a field goal. They could have won that game.
Yeah.
And the only, I would say, quote unquote, embarrassing loss would be to Kansas City. And, everybody knows how hard it is to go into Arrowhead and, walk away with a dub.
Yep.
Right? So, they're 7-4. Okay? They are 4-1 at home.
Yeah.
One home loss thus far, which is very impressive. Okay? They got the Packers coming into town. Like I said, that is, not only a NFC rival, but a division rival as well. And the Packers are looking good too. They're sitting at 7-3. Caleb Love has, definitely planted his flag as, I am the man and I ain't going nowhere. I think they're expecting Jacobs to come back for this game. So we will have a nice, not only quarterback matchup, because Jared Goff's kind of been on fire as of late, man, but we'll also have a nice running back matchup.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Because we all know what the hell Jahmyr Gibbs did last week.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm going to talk about this really quick. Dude, I had Jahmyr Gibbs on my squad. He's my running RB1, hands down.
Okay.
My man scores like 54 points. My team still lost. I hope you hear me banging on my table, because that's how fucking pissed I am about this. I mean, absolutely ridiculous. And you know what is so crazy? Because I elected to go with Lamar Jackson over Jared Goff.
Oh.
Yes. The sole reason why I lost that game last week, man. I'm so pissed off. I haven't even, I was on the last rung. My team is like the last slot for the playoff, predicted playoff bracket.
Oh, wow.
Man, I'm so pissed off. I haven't even looked at it because I might break something, But, yeah. So we've got a good quarterback matchup. We've got a premier running back matchup. There is a lot of stuff to look forward to with this game. Mark, is there anything that really stands out for you, or something that you're looking forward to? Or we can even, keep it in the spirit of Thanksgiving and say, what we're thankful for with this first matchup of the day tomorrow.
Well, I guess I'm thankful for the Lions kind of, proving me right from what you said, what I said on week one of the season.
Right on.
But, if you remember that week that I said that, do you remember who they were facing that week?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? Kind of cut out there a little bit.
That week one game that I said that, do you remember who the Lions were facing that week?
Was it the Packers? It was the Packers. Holy shit. I bet on that game. Yes, now everything is coming back. This is a full circle moment.
We know it's hard to sweep into division games, and the Lions, man, I like the Lions. I do. But like you said, they've been so up and down this last month or so, and that slow start against the Giants last week, they cannot do that with these Packers, man.
Yeah.
If they do that, they're gonna lose by at least 10.
Agreed. Just to give a comparison, in order to do a comparison, you have to have constant variables, right?
Yep.
And we talk about this game against the Lions versus the New York Giants. That's the Giants pretty much dominated that whole game. They were supposed to win that game. They gave that game away.
Absolutely.
Okay. I know this because I think the spread was like, I don't know, 8.5 or something like that. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Detroit's got this. Of course, like an idiot, I took the Detroit Lions, and like I said, the Giants pretty much dominated the whole entire game.
Yep.
Okay, and it wasn't until halfway through the fourth quarter that, I don't know, maybe they had a New York night or something. I don't know what happened, but they just all of a sudden woke up. Things started clicking. They were able to tie the game and win it in overtime.
Yep.
Okay. 2 weeks prior, we had the Packers facing the Giants. And it was a completely different game. Giants, the margin of victory was quite the same, but the way that the game went was very different. Okay. Packers pretty much did what they were supposed to do, and I got to give it to the Giants. I mean, they've been fighting these past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
They've been fighting. So, just to piggyback off what you're saying, like, you cannot go into this thing with whatever energy that you started with last week.
Yeah.
Okay. Packers are looking really strong. Most of their wins have been pretty convincing. When I say pretty convincing, I mean by more than a touchdown.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, quarterback's looking good. It's looking really good. And yeah, man. You know how I feel about these divisional matchups and the sweeps and everything like that. So let's talk about these odds, okay?
Okay, I was looking at those.
Yeah. Okay, so we got right now, we're standing at Detroit -3, over under 47.5. Not only is this matchup awesome, I think these odds are pretty much spot on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because what do we do when we have two teams that are pretty evenly matched, nice matchup? Okay, you give 3 points to the home team. And for once, I don't know which way to go with this over and under 47.5. It just, and I think I'm only afraid because of what I witnessed last week with the Detroit Lions. Okay, yeah. If what we saw in that second half of the fourth quarter and what we saw in the overtime, if that was what the energy was the whole game, I would say over, without blinking. Yep. But this 47.5, I gotta tell you, outsiders, it's spot on. But let's take one thing at a time. Mark, how you feeling about this Detroit -3?
Like you said, that's even money. That's the home team gets spotted 3.
Par for the course.
Yeah. I mean, this thing could go into overtime and be decided by a field goal. So that's just, I guess it depends on who you think's going to win at that point. If you want to take Detroit on it or Green Bay. But I'm gonna say go with Green Bay on that.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to call for the revenge game here. I am thinking, the 3 points, like you said. I mean, this game could go down to a field goal. The 3 points, if you take the Detroit Lions, is not going to get you anywhere. So, outsiders, I mean, if you want to push the limit, go ahead, take the Detroit in 3 points. But to be on the safe side, I like the Detroit Lions at home on the money.
Okay.
I think that, this will be a very different matchup than what we saw the first time around, and the Lions get it done. As far as the over-under, I'm just going to close my eyes and say it. I'm going to take the over on this.
See, I want to take the over.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to say it.
But it's a Thursday game on a short week.
On a short week. That is very true as well. That's a good point. That is a good point. So what are you thinking? You pretty confident in that? Ooh. This line opened at 49.5 and it's dropped to 47.5 in a very short period of time. Oof. Fuck it. I'm gonna stick to my guns.
Go on the over.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Detroit Lions on the money and the over on the points.
Is that easy money pick of the day?
No, it's gonna be tough as fuck.
Yeah, I'll stick with over on the points.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, and let's be clear, outsiders. Any of these picks that we're giving you right now, proceed with caution. These are not easy money picks because, like I said, when it's all said and done, I think at the end of the day tomorrow, everyone will be talking about how fantastic this first game was. It's a hellified matchup, you guys, and really, it's just a coin toss all the way around.
Yeah.
I'm sure Mark would agree. Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Okay. All right, cool. Now let's go to the. It's like as the games go down, go through the day, the intensity kind of lessens. I do think that this very next game, we've got the Chiefs and the Cowboys. With a matchup, Chiefs on the road going to Dallas. I too think that this will also be a pretty decent game. Okay, if you would have asked me, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks ago, I'd have been like, "Oh, the Chiefs are going to beat the crap out of the Cowboys." But the Cowboys have been kind of chugging along just like the Chiefs have.
Yeah. Looking a little bit better every week, which
Yeah. So just to talk a little bit about the Chiefs, like we said, they've been kind of chugging along. They did not start off too well. They took 2 L's in a row, and since then, they've kind of turned a corner. They had a 2-game win streak, followed by, a 3-game win streak, and recently they took 2 L's against some pretty decent opponents, right? Buffalo, Denver, okay, and that Denver game was really good. They only lost by 3 there, and last week they were able to. Which was impressive to me. They were able to get the dub over a pretty damn good Indianapolis Colts team.
Yeah.
That was a good game. Okay, Patrick Mahomes is he's doing his thing. He never really looks bad.
Yep.
Despite what he has, what's so crazy about watching the Chiefs? Is watching Hollywood Brown.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And I know he used to play for the Ravens and everything, but I'm just so pissed at him. Oh, man, we don't need him or anything, but it's just like, gosh, I just cannot stand the Chiefs. I just can't stand them. And now that he's a part of them, it's just like innate in me. It's like, if anybody were to join the Boston Celtics, God forbid Russell Westbrook ever plays for the Celtics, it would be gut wrenching.
Oh man.
Yeah, but but he's been doing really well out there. Hollywood Brown.
Yeah, yes. Which he missed. Was it last season he missed most of, and then
Yeah.
Yeah, got to play this season.
He's proved himself to be very resourceful for the
Yeah,
team.
yeah. I mean, if anything, it's just another example that the Ravens don't know how to develop receivers when they have them young.
God damn it, man! I know it's just like, uh, I wish he would have stayed. I just, God dang it, man! It's really frustrating. But good for him. They didn't want to recognize the value in it, and he did what he had to do. I'm a fan of when you bet on yourself.
Yep. Yep.
Big fan of that. So, yeah, so that's the name of the game with Kansas City Chiefs. One thing to note with the Kansas City Chiefs, they don't do well on the road.
Yeah, especially
Okay?
this season when they're might not even make the playoffs.
Yeah, no shit. And they're 1-4, and so we're gonna look across the ball at the Dallas Cowboys. We're like Mark said earlier, little by little, they're just getting better and better, and people are starting to wonder if tomorrow's game is a must win for the Cowboys. What do you? Let me just ask you. What are your feelings on that? Do you think this is a must win?
I think it's a must win for both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, for some reason, we don't listen to Stephen A. Smith. He does not influence. When I say we don't listen to him, of course, we hear him.
Yeah.
But he does not influence us in any way. But I was, earlier today he was talking about how he doesn't consider this a must-win game for the Cowboys. I'm like, man,
what?
Hey, what are you smoking? Yeah, but I just figured I would throw that out there, just to see what you thought, because I most definitely disagreed with him, and I'm glad to hear that you did too.
Yeah, I mean, they're 5-1. There's definitely, I don't know, they might have a chance at winning the division the way this division's going. But no, I mean, at this point, every game's a must-win if you're at the edge of making the playoffs. Or
Yeah.
not. No, yeah,
Right.
they've got you.
I mean, you're right on the outside looking in, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like, what the hell? Every game is important at this point. If the Pittsburgh Steelers weren't sorry as fuck, and we weren't currently tied with them, we'd be on the outside. We'd be having the same conversation about the Ravens.
Oh, we were on the outside looking in before that game on Sunday, and
yeah,
we're luckily leading the division right now.
Yeah, but even still, as a division leader, every game is still very important because you could lose that.
Yep.
What is it? I don't know. One game, half a game, or are we're like tied, but we have, I don't know, conference division wins or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it comes down to those tiebreaker scenarios, but the point being, at this point of the season, at this time, every win, unless you're at in a complete loss of a season and you're the, I don't know, fucking New York Jets or the Cleveland. New York Jets, or how about the New Orleans Saints? When it just doesn't matter, just hey, go out there and just do whatever the fuck you want to do. Excuse me, guys.
All right, so right now
every game is important.
Right now, Dallas is three teams out of the last wild card position, so they definitely, it's a must win. I don't see how you can say it's not.
Okay, all right, yeah, there it is. Let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys, you guys. 5-1. Another point to make. Opposite of the Kansas City Chiefs, they do really well at home, 3-1. I think that one tie game, was that an Eagles game or something like that? I think it was like a division game where they ended up tying. No, Green Bay. I'm sorry, Green Bay game. Green Bay. Oh my gosh, yeah, that game was pretty fucking amazing, 40-40. Oh my goodness, I remember that. Okay, so as we said, getting a little bit better and better each week. Last 2 weeks have been pretty impressive. Okay, very impressive win against Las Vegas Raiders, and complete shocker. I really think the win over Philly was the shock of the week.
Yeah.
At first I was like completely shocked that Kansas City was able to pull their win off, but then I took a look at this and I'm like, holy crap! And they were down by like 2 touchdowns in the I believe the second half.
Yeah, yeah.
And man, I mean, if you talk to a Cowboys fan, they they've been really impressed with Dak Prescott over the past couple of weeks, myself included.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I've always liked Dak too. Like, no matter how much I can't stand the Cowboys, like you can't deny.
Yes,
he's good. Yeah,
we here at JABO support Dak, 100%. So, yeah. So this is another quarterback matchup that's going to be really great. Pickens has also proved himself resourceful.
Yep.
That was a nice pickup to go along with CeeDee Lamb. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with CeeDee Lamb, but I need him to get his hands together tomorrow.
I'm going to guess he's on your team too.
No, he's not.
Oh,
but
okay.
I had a couple of homies past 2 weeks. They took him on receptions, and we know how. If you watch football, if you've been following, you know how that went. And if you didn't, my man's got some premier butterfingers past 2 weeks. I don't know what the hell's wrong with him. A lot of drops.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping if they if Pickens is on, Lamb is on, you figure out that Spagnuolo defense. I don't know.
Yep.
I feel like this game could come down to a field goal. I like Cowboys plus 3.5. Am I crazy or what?
Oh wow, that line just moved too. At least on the ESPN app. It went from,
what did it go to?
It went from 3.5 to 3.
Ooh, outsiders, jump on it right now! Jump on it right now! I still like it because you know what? Either they're gonna get the dub, or at the very least, it'll end up being a wash. I mean, I like it. I will now say Cowboys plus 3. And I actually think that's going to be an easy money pick. I'm doing that without blinking.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going. That's a bold prediction for you guys tonight.
3.5 easy money Dallas.
Okay. Rock and roll. Now these total points. What's the total points?
ESPN has it at 52.5.
Good God Almighty. I don't like that, yo. I mean,
that's another one that these teams can put up points, but
they can.
It's a short week, and we know those Thursday games usually go down to basics instead of big plays.
I'm going. Unlike the first game, I'm going with the under on this one. That's I'm going with the under.
Okay.
And that is not an easy money pick, you guys. This is. What's your pick for the total points?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'll go under, but yeah, that's a tough one. That's probably tougher than the spread. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And how often do we say that? Damn, total points is tougher than the spread? That's insane. Let's go. Okay. All right, so final matchup of the night. I mean, game's at 8:20. Everybody's halfway asleep by then because they're got the itis and
tryptophan.
It's not going to. I mean, honestly, you guys, this is going to be the perfect game because it's not going to be something that you got to completely lock into, in my opinion. Okay. We got the Bengals on the road against a red-hot Ravens team. Like we said, we started off 1-5. How many teams can say that they started off 1-5 and then, going into Week 12, a division leader? That needs to be studied, as the kids say.
Are you on some antihistamines or something?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Why you say that?
I mean, the Ravens are winning, yeah, but the last 2 weeks have been so slow.
Oh, yeah.
And
well,
I wouldn't call them
you
red
know
hot.
what? I'm saying red hot in terms of wins.
Okay.
Okay. The Ravens have a tendency to play to the level of their opponent.
Uh-huh.
They have a tendency to play to the level of their opponent. Okay. Yes, we got the dub last week. Yes, the game counts, but I'm not even counting that shit because, what I witnessed in the first 3 quarters, it was just like, I literally was like, I was ready to fire everybody again.
What did I text you? I was like, this game is dry. I'm not even watching it. I'm flipping back and forth.
Yeah. And, the one thing that I can say about it is, shout out to Tyrod Taylor, goddammit, because, if anything, he knew what his assignment was, and he executed.
Yep.
Okay? But one of the most frustrating things about being a Ravens fan and having to watch games, this, and you can go through previous seasons and take a look. They have a tendency to play, they'll play down to lesser opponents, and they'll step up for the big ones. Okay? Yep. And the only reason why I say, it's going to be a step-up game, it's not because, they got Joe Burrow coming back, I do not believe, well, let's talk about this Joe Burrow thing. Would you start him tomorrow?
I mean, do they think they have a chance of winning the division or something?
What is the point in doing this? And you know what? And it's just like, if it was me, I wouldn't have even done it. Shout out to our homeboy Jay. He might be listening tonight. But he voiced his opinion. He's like, "Oh my God, if this kid gets hurt, Burrow gets hurt tomorrow, he's ready to scorch earth."
Yeah.
But it's just like I don't know, man. You throwing your quarterback to the wolves, and for what? Your season is over.
Yep.
Okay. So this is a division game. Ravens gonna be pumped.
Maybe.
And I do
Maybe the thought process is, you got Turf Toe Joe and Hoblin Lomar, who has his 3rd different injury in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But I think they're gonna be pretty amped, and they're gonna get after Joe Burrow's ass. I actually feel bad for Joe Burrow because, whoever's making the decisions over there clearly doesn't know what the fuck they're doing.
Have we heard anything on Kyle Hamilton? Is he good to go tomorrow?
I have, as of right now, I have not. Outsiders, if anybody knows anything about Kyle Hamilton, I mean, that injury looked pretty. It looks kind of significant.
Yeah.
When I watched the game, I haven't followed the injury reports, but I did see the actual injury. And when he went down, I was like, for the love of God, I was screaming, you gotta get up, guy. Like he could hear me. Like, God, we need you. You gotta get up. But
and that was the second time he went down that day. Like,
yeah, it was a pretty rough game. It was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
But back to this matchup, I really don't think. I think the Ravens will come correct tomorrow. We have a tendency to do really well in primetime games. We all know about primetime Lamar. Okay. Yeah. We're at home. It is a huge. We're going to talk about these intangibles. Huge emotional boost, right? seeing yourself at the top of that division. And if, I'm pretty sure John Harbaugh has expressed the sentiments about that. Like, look, guys, look at where we started and look where we are now.
Yep.
Yep. As a coach, you got to get your team jacked up. So I think that, all of these little things, all of these elements coming together, they make for some pretty good ass whippings. Okay. And like I said, so, a game that I believe will not be as intense as the previous two. Like, it's the perfect nightcap game because, like I said, you're going to be tired or you'll be drunk as fuck by that time. So, do you really want to be sweating bullets and intently watching your team at that point?
No.
And, I'm going to add another little element about this, and I want to talk about this very briefly, Mark. We talked about it a lot offline. We had some laughs. Jamar Chase.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, they're division rivals and everything, but just if I ever needed another reason to dislike a team and a player, okay, outsiders, I just want to talk to you guys about this. And if you have kids that are playing football, because what they see on TV, representation, imagery, everything is so important. Okay? I don't know what the hell is going on with this spitting, but we had a spitting incident very early in the season, right? Yep, with the kid with the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
Okay? At that game, the NFL had the perfect opportunity to nip that thing in the bud and to handle it the right way. And in my opinion, they did not.
Right.
Okay? And the reason why I'm talking about this is because we had, what is it? I don't know, 7, 8 weeks later, whatever, 9, 10, whatever. We're now at the second spitting incident, which the second one to me was more egregious than the first one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you could legit see this huge pile of spit. And you guys, there's nothing, to me, there are very few things in this life, outside of, when someone killing somebody, that you could do. I mean, it is just, that is disgusting and like, oh, man.
Disrespectful.
It is so disrespectful. Not only disrespectful to the person, but disrespectful to yourself. Like, who raised you, yo?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I hope parents, you guys are talking to your children about this because the NFL's not doing the right thing. And clearly they're not because, that guy spit. I mean, it was like a hawk spit. And, and it's clearly because the consequences are not great enough. The consequences were not great enough. To me, you spit on somebody, you out of the league for the rest of the season.
The rest of the season? That. Wow.
Yes. To stop this. You got to stop this, man.
Man.
You have got to stop it. Yes. There is no place for that. There is no place. That is a bodily fluid. I mean, it's just like...
That's a fair point. Bodily fluid.
It is.
I don't know about the rest of the season. I guess that depends on how many games are left too. But I mean, definitely an ejection and a suspension for the next game because that's nasty. It's wrong.
Okay, I'll scale back. How about a half a season? But because you know what, dude? Like, it's you got to hit them where it hurts. Okay, you got to hit them where it hurts.
Yeah.
To the point where they be like, oh shit, man, I ain't never doing that.
Yeah.
You've got to, and the only way you can make these players listen to you is by hitting up them damn pockets. Okay? They're not going to feel in one game. They're not going to feel that.
I mean, this is the same NFL though that they just Justin Tucker just finished a 10-game suspension for his proclivities. So I don't know if they'll go that far. But something definitely does need to be done.
Well, we always speculate. There's always speculation and opinion about the consequences that are handed out and the inconsistencies thereof.
Yeah.
They never get this shit right. So, but the point of this is that you've got to be a low grade individual to do something like that. Yep. And one, the NFL has a problem with that. Two, Mark, offline how I felt like, and I'll tell you, outsiders, I heard the locker room response first before seeing the actual video of the incident. And I listened to this guy, Jamar Chase, talking about, I didn't spit on him, and I'm like, oh, man, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, he didn't spit on him. There's got to be some misunderstanding. Jamar Chase is a great guy. What was it, like 2 days later, Mark, and I hit the chat like, yo, why did this man tell me that he didn't spit on this guy, and now I'm looking at him spit on this guy? Oh, man, it's nuts. It's nuts.
You took it like he personally lied to you straight to your face, too.
I did. I felt betrayed, and now I hate him. I do.
Yeah.
I severely dislike this man for what he did to me emotionally. Like, I was totally on board with him. But, yeah, so that's another reason why I was just like, man, I know the team didn't have anything to do with it, but you're affiliated.
Right. Right.
Just a cherry on top for a division rivalry. Beat the brakes off they ass.
Good news, Professor put in the chat that Kyle Hamilton is a go for tomorrow.
Ooh, I like it. So Listen, outsiders, for me, this is easy money pick. We're going to beat the brakes off them tomorrow. Ravens, 7 points. Book it. How you feeling about this spread?
Do you remember what it was when we started the show? Because I know it changed during the show. Like I saw the page click over, but I couldn't remember if it was 6.5 or 7.5.
It was 7 at the start of the show.
Okay, because it's 7 now on the ESPN app, but I know that changed at one point. I just couldn't remember if it was 6.5.
Yeah.
See, I like the spread, but I don't like it because of what happened last week. Which last week, I never go with the 13.5 spread, but
yeah.
Yeah, I think we can get that. I'll take the Ravens on the spread.
Okay, they're doing it again with this damn over under. When have we had this Thursday is its own day, right? But we've got 3 games where 3 over and unders. I just don't know. 52.5 again. I just don't know.
You don't know on this one?
What are you saying? Under?
Oh, I'm saying it could be 42.5. I'd still go under. The Ravens haven't been big scorers this season, and tell me the Bengals either.
The Ravens might score 50 points.
Yeah, and the Bengals won't score anything, so it'll still be under.
All right, look, man, I'm a ride with you on this one. Okay. Mark says under 52.5. You say under 52.5, and we're gonna lock that in as an easy money pick since Mark said shit. If it was 42.5, I'd still take it. We're gonna double down and stand on business with that. 2 easy money picks on the nightcap. Go Ravens. I have a pretty good feeling we will have some separation from the Pittsburgh Steelers. As a matter of fact, let me just take a look at what we're working with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Steelers might have. They got the Bills.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, we will have some separation between them. Aaron Rodgers is, thinking to himself, do I want to play the rest of the season? Y'all believe that injury bullshit?
My hand has an owie.
Right. He's probably planning his next darkness retreat right now at this very moment.
I sent you something. I don't know if you've seen it yet on Instagram, where they said that Joe Flacco the Bengals should release him now that Burrow's back, so that he could go to the Steelers and get the Infinity Gem Gauntlet,
complete the gamut.
Of the North, and then he could play the Ravens again and replace Aaron Rodgers.
That would be awesome and hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sucks to be a Steelers fan because you guys had such high hopes, and I bet you thought you really knew what you was talking about. And at the beginning of the season, I think we both agreed, and I told everybody, why the hell would they pick up Aaron Rodgers is beyond me.
And I'll give Rodgers credit because there were some games that I was sure they were going to lose in the first half of the season that he performed well and they won. But
I mean, he's a Hall of Fame quarterback on the downward spiral, right?
Right. Yeah.
So he's still going to have flashes of great. He will have one or two games we'll be like, yeah, this is why we got him. Yeah. No, let the reality set in. His son has set, I swear to God, if he suits up for another season, I'm going to find him and break his legs myself. It's like, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, you guys. I'm kidding. But, so those are the last picks. We're going to whip through this last few minutes, Mark. I said it was going to be a short show, and look at us. 7:46. Yeah.
Real quick, do you want to hit this Black Friday game?
Oh, shit. What's the Black Friday game?
Both teams are 8-3. Bears at Eagles.
Woo! Oh, my gosh. Oh my gosh, I am looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me tell you.
How impressed have you been with the Bears?
I thought they might do decent finally this year after years and years of people saying that they were going to do good, and they always sucked. And they've impressed me. Yeah, I think the Bears could be a playoff
pleasantly surprised. I mean, for me, it's a pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, for sure.
And yes, this is going to be an excellent game as well. Dude. I love it. I'm going to eat this one alive. Spread Phillies -7. Do not do that shit, you guys. I will take the Bears +7 without even blinking.
Yep. I agree.
You in agreement? Okay, great. Yeah. Cheese and crap. This total point. They must have had the super analysts working with this, because 43.5 again. I'm like, oh.
Oh, ESPN has 44.5.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you're on the actual bet app.
I'm on the.
Oh, you know what?
ESPN
that must have just upticked. It must have just upticked because I'm on the ESPN website.
Oh, okay.
And I'm on the scoreboard tab, just looking at all the matchups in the score, and it said 43. But when I actually clicked on the matchup itself, it changed to 44.5.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm still on the fence, but I'll follow the money in the spirit of trending. Fuck it, we'll just say I'm gonna go with the over 44.5.
That's kind of what I'm feeling too. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. And people might laugh at me when I say, but I'm not blinking about the Chicago Bears +7. That's actually an easy money pick for me.
Wow.
It is. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you one thing. That Cowboys. That Eagles. Yeah, Eagles Cowboys. Clear my throat, man. Matchup.
Last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exposed some serious problems. And gave people the recipe to win.
You think so?
Okay, especially with... dude, your defense gives up a 14-point lead. And, you're a Super Bowl champion.
Isn't that what we saw of the Eagles last year, though? They looked totally defeatable, and then they go on that run to get the Super Bowl. They look like Jalen Hurts It looked like Jalen Hurts regressed and all kind of. It's a show. I swear it's a show. It's WWE just on the football field.
And it's funny. Yeah, I don't know, man. I do not think that this is. I mean, according to Vegas, this is going to be a cakewalk, and I definitely don't think it's going to be that.
Yeah.
I feel as though, I'm pretty sure the Bears are feeling themselves right now, and you know what? What else? They play decent on the road, 4-2.
Oh wow.
Okay. Yeah. And you know what else?
Huh.
They love win streaks. Okay? They went on a 4-game win streak, took an L against the Ravens. Okay, that's respectable. Ravens are looking good. And then they put up another 4-game win streak. And, with every opponent, some of them were not good. Okay, the first two, we know Cincinnati's not great. We know, the Giants aren't fantastic. But, impressive win over the Minnesota Vikings, impressive win over the Pittsburgh Steelers. With each win, you get a little more confident, right? So now that, this is this is sort of a David versus Goliath type of matchup here.
Okay.
Right? To me. As far as, yes, both teams have similar records, but, Eagles were in the Super Bowl last year.
Right.
And how did the Chicago Bears end their season last year? Nobody knows because nobody was paying attention. Okay? So, all right. So to me, it's like a David versus Goliath type of matchup. But, I think it's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited for this one. And I think that the Bears will show up. At least I'm hoping that they do.
Wow.
So
Caleb Williams has 300 more yards on the season than Jalen Hurts.
Yes, dog, he's balling, yo. He's balling.
Wow.
Yeah. They finally made a good decision, in regards to that, with that young man. So that's that. Really quickly, I want to talk about Shador. He's finally getting a start in Cleveland. I'm going to pat myself on the back for that because a lot of people were crashing out about him not wanting to go to the Ravens. And, all of these things are coming to fruition.
Yeah.
Not only is he starting, but he's giving himself an opportunity to market himself around to the league.
Yeah.
I do not think that is a coincidence that Deion Sanders was sitting in the royalty box when they played the Raiders last week with Mark Davis, owner.
Oh my God.
And if you think that the Raiders aren't shopping around or thinking about another quarterback, you're out of your beanbag.
Oh, they definitely are.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure there was a lot of business talked as you watch your son whip their ass. Okay.
Yeah.
So, my man's looking to get paid. My man's looking to start. He did the right thing. I just talked about it earlier. Hollywood Brown. Betting on yourself. I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah.
Okay? Get the hell out of Cleveland. They don't fucking deserve you. That coach has got to be one of the worst coaches of all time. Okay? No, seriously. I mean, you're laughing, but seriously. He's freaking disrespectful. Not even just to him. But,
right.
There's been, with this last game and him not giving Shador the game ball, this guy, does something that historically hasn't been done in your franchise, and you dismiss that.
What?
Of course, yeah. Oh, you didn't see that?
No.
Oh my God, gave the shit to Myles Garrett, completely. But then with that, he's an absolute asshole. And in his post game speech in the locker room. Oh, God, it made me want to throw up, for real.
Wow.
But, then I started to read about all of these other little things that he's done to other players. He's a horrible individual, you guys. Horrible person. And, Mark, look it up, man. We can talk about that offline.
Yeah, yeah.
But, yeah. So, hey, you have an opportunity, and I'm not saying that he's going to the Raiders, because I know Deion Sanders. He's going to shop his kid around, and he is the ultimate businessman.
Yeah.
Right? And he's going to find the best fit. But with the Raiders, you have the opportunity to completely turn around a franchise. You have the opportunity to live in Las Vegas, and you have the opportunity to go to a place that will worship you like the God that you are.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So, yeah, big things about that. Last thing I kind of want to talk about just for a few minutes. I saw Chris Paul is retiring in basketball, NBA player. Want to congratulate him and just say a few words about, what a great season. He is not only a fantastic player, we know that he's played for, damn near like 50% of the NBA teams at this point. But has also been the president of the Players Association, amazing human being and humanitarian. And, I don't know what type of, festivities or ceremonial activities they'll have to commemorate him, but I would be remiss if I didn't say something about this guy, and just a stand-up guy, Class A player, and a wonderful role model.
Right.
Most of all.
Right. Yeah.
So is there any real on wrestling or anything you want us to get in there before we sign off for the evening?
Yeah, a couple things. Saturday.
Okay, go for it.
Saturday, WWE has the Survivor Series, PLE, pay-per-view, whatever you want to call it, live on the ESPN app, 7 p.m. From Petco Park. They're in San Diego. 2 teams of 5 and double ring steel cage chaos. It's going to be awesome. John Cena's penultimate match, facing Dominic Mysterio, defending his Intercontinental Championship. Only one more match for John Cena's career after this. That's going to be crazy. I'm looking forward to that. It's a good pay-per-view every year. But also Saturday, completely not sports related. But, I like to play video games, and me and the boy, we play Fortnite together a lot. And this last month, Fortnite's done something a little bit different than what they've ever done, and that's the season. The last month was like a short Simpsons theme season.
Yeah, I saw the commercials, man. That's pretty dope, actually.
Yeah, like everything went cell shaded, animated, and really cool. And Saturday is the end of chapter event, live at 2 p.m. You want to get into the game like half hour early because they always expect the servers to get overloaded. And it's looking like a pretty crazy thing. They have a lot of collabs by now. Game's 8 years old. Godzilla's going to be there. Kill Bill, the Bride's going to be there.
Nice.
DeLorean Back to the Future is going to be there. Marty McFly. Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles. It's going to be crazy and chaos. And maybe I'll stream it.
Extravaganza.
Yeah. I'm always good for some fun and seeing stuff like that crossover. It's like, I've heard people call it the Avengers Endgame of Fortnite, so looking forward to it.
Yeah, I should have known you would have been all in with that, for real.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Yeah, all right, well, then there you have it, you guys. We end this show. Baltimore spread love, yo. Please, you guys, it's the holiday. Be safe. And when I'm not even just talking about physical safety when you're out and about in the streets, but as far as your health and yourself, this is the time of year where things are like to be spread. We gather in large groups. We travel. There's a lot of human interaction. Starting with this week straight through the end of the year. I cannot stress enough. Just use caution. Be smart. Wash your hands. Stay clean. And be cognizant of the people around you. Be cognizant of the elderly. These viruses and all these colds and everything, they are beasts, and everybody's immune system is not equipped to handle that type of battle. So I just can't stress that enough. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in with us tonight. Have a great holiday tomorrow. Eat, drink as much as you can. Be merry. And, I'm Keisha. And on the other end of the line is my favorite bowl of mashed potatoes. I had to switch it up this week. Mark Foster, and we are just a bit outside. Mark, hit me one time. My man. All right, y'all. Peace.